Alright, welcome
Every course of
everyone.
action has its
Welcome
risks.
everyone. My
Be
name's
careful.
Poetentate, but I go by Poe. And welcome to another stream. And then for those of you who are picking up with my YouTube channel, watching our archive footage, welcome as well. Alright, so today's order of events is we have, I believe, one pull worth of limited banner pulls. Yep, so we have one, so we're gonna do one pull because Arisley is out, so we're definitely gonna do that. And then we are going to finish up the Genshin event, Waterborne Poetry. We only have the event part, the quest parts here, because I have completely done all of the event games. I have all of them done, as you can see. And then I also have fully maxed out and gotten the book, which is apparently a good 4-star book for Risley if you can get him. So that will be perfect if we can get him. So we're going to finish that up, and then we are going to move over into Honkai Star Rail and do the event that is currently going on there. Which apparently is some kind of battle royale, not like one where we're fighting, but it's a tournament bracket kind of thing. That's all I know about it. So we'll see what happens. So we can start with the poll, because that's always exciting. So I am at 7 pity. It's real low because I just barely got Nuvolette before he left. So let's see what we can get with 10. Hopefully we'll get a Chongyun because I desperately need Chongyun constellations. I have Toma completely maxed out, and we don't really want Dory. So, Toma, no. Oh, thank God. Chongyun followed it up and was like, I got you. Okay, so not bad, not bad. Puts us at 17. And then, let's look at my weapon, because you all know I got, that early pity last time, and I did not get to see, what I'm at. 2. That's what I wanted to know. Because I didn't have it written down. But the goal is to try and get him before his banner's over. We only got 16 more days, so it's not looking too like it's gonna happen. But we can try. Ah, really? We're one away. See. Oh, no, 34. Okay, yep. Let's get the Amber Constellation. Because she is really hard to get. Yes, I could have used that for pulls, but do you know how hard it is to get Amber Constellations? Let's see. Do you see this? Do you see this measly C2, even though I think Amber is the first character you get? I don't even think I have C1 of Lisa. Where is she? Yeah, I literally only have the Lisa the game gave me. I've been doing better about my Kaya, though. I think I've only gotten one of those from the shop. Alright, so we done our Risley pull. Not the best, not the worst, though. You can see all the gang down there. Alright, so let's see what the event has in store for us. So last time we did riddles, so let's see what this time's about.
Wow, everyone got here so early. The sun is shining bright today. As soon as that leaf floats past Stonegate, we shall reveal today's poetry theme. The theme of the second day of the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala is pairing couplets.
Pairing couplets? Oh, I've heard of that. It's a Liyue art form where you have to create new lines of poetry based on fixed rules. Kind of like a fill-in-the-blanks game, but for poetry.
Heaven and earth, rain and wind, the endless sky and the boundless land, forest borers and ocean shrimp, lavender melons and matsutake shrooms. Based on a given line of poetry, you must create the second line to form a pair, or couplet. As long as you take inspiration from the wide world around you, you'll find it's not so difficult after all. The two lines should be neatly matched, complementing each other both semantically and rhythmically. In essence, it's just like most other forms of poetry. To buoy your imaginations and allow the winds of inspiration to fill your sails, we've added an additional component, an inspiration walk.
An inspiration walk?
By inspiration walk, we simply mean wandering around in the wild, taking in the scenery and pocketing any poetic thoughts. Of course, to all our friends, old and new, please be careful while out and about. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is already fully booked for the month ahead, and if there's any more demand, I'll be the only one with a smile on my face.
Thank you so much for popping by, even if you can't watch today. Yeah, just trying to get this event closed up so that I can get on to the new Honkai event. But thanks for popping in, though.
We will all reconvene here tonight. Traveler, can you round up Xingqiu, Chongyun, and the Mondstadt contingent? I have a favor to ask of you.
Oh, is it that thing from yesterday?
Thanks. I'm counting on you.
You gather the team and briefly describe the game.
We hope that each of you can keep an eye out for this while you're out on your inspiration walk.
Are you sure this is okay? It was just something I ran into, and now we're imposing my business on everyone else.
Love you, Chongyun.
Please don't say that, Mr. Chongyun. Master Jean ordered us to work with you however we can to improve cooperation. Helping each other out is exactly what we're here for.
Besides, investigating any strange occurrences near Mondstadt and making a report to the Knights of Avonius is also part of our job.
I don't mind either, because while we're out, I can look for new cocktail ingredients too.
Just think of it like an outing with friends. It'll be fun.
No need to feel bad.
The way I see it, you should just humbly accept their willingness to help.
All right. In that case, thank you all very much. I will be sure to repay your kindness someday.
Now, how about we split into two groups for the day?
You mean to cover more ground?
Not just that. Don't forget, this is still part of the Poetry Gala. If we all see the same sights and sounds during our inspiration walk, how can we write unique poems?
That's true. But how do we decide who goes in which group?
Why don't we draw lots?
Yeah! That'll make things even more fun!
So, just realized because I was looking down, it looks like my character had fallen asleep, and I think that is hilarious. But anyway, sorry everyone, I was looking at something.
Drawing lots? But what if I end up with the Liyue crowd, and I can't think of anything to say to them?
I've got the slips of paper here. Who wants to go first?
I bet this is rigged.
Oh, Paimon! Paimon wants to go first!
I bet 100% that this is rigged.
Okay, so that's the Traveler, Paimon, Diona and Chongyun in one group, and Xingqiu, Mika, and Noelle in the other.
What a relief. At least I'll have Noelle with me.
Then I humbly place myself at your instruction.
Oh, I don't think... that won't be...
I also await your guidance.
Oh my gosh, I love them both, but also Xingqiu just got placed in a group where he can tease people endlessly. I don't know if this is a good idea, everyone.
Take care, everyone. See you all tonight.
Did anyone forget to bring anything? If not, then let's get going! Dun, 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 dun. Come on!
Wow. Are those ears and tail real? So fluffy. Alright. Miss Diona, is there some place in particular you would like to go?
Just call me Diona. Since we're trying to find that thing you saw, why don't we start with the place you saw it last time?
That's a good idea.
Captain, Hey, quit messing around.
See, I think it's Xiao that he saw last time, to be honest, but, you know. Like, I'm like 87% sure that it was Xiao that he saw, since he said, like, oh, it had an ominous, like, being, but it didn't seem aggressive, and it disappeared in a cloud of mist. Like, 100% it was Xiao, like. Especially because they, like, introduced Xiao, but he's, like, not a part of the activity, so that Chongyun can't see him. But didn't Chongyun meet Xiao in the last lantern, right, though? Wouldn't he have, like, known it was Xiao? I miss, like, jumping is such a nice experience. I miss it whenever I'm playing Honkai Star Rail. I'm like, oh, I can jump, I can climb, I can get run over by boars, apparently. The fully exciting music while I'm running away from the enemies.
Right over there, next to the water. That's where I saw it. But it was a little foggy at the time, so I didn't get a clear look.
Oh.
The view from here is great, but there's kind of a gloomy atmosphere around here. Is this the kind of place you like to take a walk?
Oh, that's why he couldn't tell it was Xiao, even though he's met Xiao before, probably.
I wasn't taking a walk. I come here to train.
Train? Like how knights train for combat?
It's a bit different. As an exorcist of Liyue, my training involves practicing techniques for the exorcism of evil spirits.
Exorcism?
For, like, ghosts.
I've always wanted to demonstrate the power of exorcism, but it's a pity. I've never actually gotten the chance.
Chongyun is one in a million! He has pure yang spirit, so as soon as he gets close, evil spirits run and hide! Huh? Isn't that a good thing?
It's awful. Have you ever heard of an exorcist that's never seen an evil spirit? A lot of people think I'm a fraud because of this condition of mine.
I love
Your
Chongyun.
physical constitution is far rarer than the techniques still passed down by exorcists today. You should treasure it.
Conqueror of demons.
Chongyun! It's our boy, Xiao. We love Xiao.
Is that a friend of yours? Yep, this is Xiao, an adeptus of Liyue.
We love Paimon, who's just doing all the introductions, like, this is our friend, and this is also our friend, and this is our other friend.
An adeptus? Wow, I've never seen one of those before.
Same.
Hello, Mr. Adeptus?
Diona, no. Oh, I love that.
Just call me Xiao.
So, are you here to train too? Or are you out for an inspiration walk?
When I heard about the exorcist's encounter, my suspicions were roused. That's why I'm here.
I thought it was you, but maybe it's not. Maybe it actually is, like, a thing. I would love for our boy Chongyun to finally actually get an evil spirit that he can nope, still wrong.
I've already informed the owner of the inn. If you see anything out of the ordinary, return immediately and leave it to me.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to drag even the Conqueror of Demons into this.
I have already patrolled the area and found nothing amiss. Either the anomaly you encountered was no evil spirit, or perhaps it already left.
Did we notice that Chongyun's eyes are very similarly slitted, like Xiao's? And also Zhongli's. I wonder if Chongyun, like the reason why he has the pure yang aura, is like a descendant of some form of an adeptus, similarly to how Shinha is not an adeptus, and she's from Chongyun's family. And she's like his aunt or something, and she just has like what would be considered inhuman strength, so I'm really curious if they have some adeptile blood.
I guess that means we came all this way for nothing.
If there's no other business, I'll be taking my leave now.
Inspiration walk. Inspiration walk.
Yeah, you should come. There's no one else around here anyway, so you don't need to worry.
But
And we all have the
I would
visions.
also be honored if you joined us, Adeptus Xiao. It is a rare opportunity, and I have many questions about exorcising evil spirits that I would like to ask you.
And we all have the vision, so you don't have to worry about tainting us with the doodly bop blood, the your evil energy or whatever it's called. I've forgotten.
fine.
Seems like this Adeptus is pretty shy. Or maybe Hoyo anywhere like this.
Team Chongyun has a new member! Yay!
Okay, two things. One, love Team Chongyun. Two, we love Diona thinking that Xiao is shy. That is so funny. Like, that is actually hilarious to think that Xiao is shy. Though, I mean, like, I guess he could technically be considered shy to a degree.
What? When did this become my team? Now that Adeptus Xiao is joining us, if anyone's team leader, it should be...
Don't overthink it! Diona, didn't you say you wanted to find some new ingredients?
Yeah, I don't get to come to Liyue very often, so I want to gather some new ingredients while I'm here. I've heard that Liyue's Jueyun chilies can set your throat on fire. Is that true? I'm gonna mix them into my drinks and give it a try.
Uh-huh. Julian chilies. I'm not sure that would taste very good.
Really?
That's the point.
Perfect! Let's go pick a whole bunch of them.
What the...
That is her point. This is actually like a hilarious team
As
combination.
well as Jueyun chilies, I also need some slime condensate or loach pearls.
Are those really fit for human consumption? This is starting to sound like something Zhongli would make.
Oh my gosh, the pipe is here. I got the pipe from fishing and I was like, I'm putting that on the Traveler immediately. Oh, we actually have Team Chongyun set up. Interesting. Which, Okay, so we do still have our, Sumeru Dendro ability. Smack it. Gotta get these coins. Alright, chilies, chilies, chilies.
Swift and merciful. Spirit blade. Attack. A touch of frost.
Interesting. I wonder why it's using my Chongyun, but it's not using my Diona or
This
Xiao.
should be enough.
I wonder if it's like, oh, we don't.
Diona, you seem really committed to, making alcoholic drinks available to people of all tastes.
Love him. Love his politeness. Oh, that's actually gonna make me crack up. What I was gonna say, I was curious if the reason why it used Trial, Xiao, and Diona is because my Xiao and Diona are not built very well, because I do own both of those, or have their characters. But my Chongyun is really well built, because he's my cryo character of choice. He's my son, who we may replace with Risley. Don't tell him that, though. But, like, the, doodly bop, I can't think of words. I'm just curious why they used my Chongyun, but not my Xiao or my Diona that I already have. Oh, sorry about the yawn, everyone.
What? No, never! I hate alcohol! adults drink too much, they get that stupid drunk look on their faces, can't speak clearly, and don't even respond properly. Sometimes, they just sleep on the floor all night. Alcohol is the root of all kinds of evil. So, I'm on a mission to mix the most disgusting drink in the whole world and show everyone just how awful alcohol really is. Nothing can stand in my way. If it means coming out to Liyue every day to pick fresh Zhongli chilies, then so be it.
Is it really worth all that effort?
Yeah. Because all my previous efforts have failed. Those stinking booze hounds not only haven't woken up to the truth of how bad alcohol is, they even keep praising my drinks. It makes me furious!
But how is that possible? If this is the kind of stuff you're throwing into their drinks, it must taste absolutely vile, surely.
I don't know why this setup is so funny, and then you just have the two of us spectating. And Xiao looks so intent too. He's like watching so closely. And I like that they added the little bit of glow to his eyes. I don't know if you all have seen that video where the one that shows like the mirror, and it's like a demonic mirror, so it shows no reflection. But if you had Xiao on your team, Xiao would show up in the reflection, which everybody thought was cool, with his eyes glowing. The little details are sometimes really cool in Genshin. But I don't know, the setup is just so funny. And he's taking it so seriously too. But see, I thought they were gonna make a cat pun right there, where she was gonna say it makes me so furious, like fur, like cat fur, furious, or something like that. I was really expecting it.
Are you calling me a liar? Well, if you don't believe me, I'll fix you a drink right now. Then you'll see.
No need.
Just you wait.
Oh no. Is she really going to add those Zhongli chilies?
If her claims are true, perhaps she too possesses a unique constitution of some kind.
I don't see how it could have anything to do with her. Unless she's under the influence of some kind of power? Maybe an evil spirit.
Oh my god, Chongyun, no. She's just really good at alcohol. Love that.
No. I sense no trace of the demonic in her. Although there are traces of something else. Something rather special.
Blessed by
In Liyue,
Barbados?
we might say this child has adeptal affinity.
It would be so funny
Here, I made one for Xiao too.
if she was blessed by Barbados to be good at making alcoholic beverages.
Oh boy. Look at that color. Yep. She definitely added Zhongli chilies.
What's wrong? You're not allergic to anything, are you? Don't worry, there isn't even any alcohol in it. It's a slime condensate base with a seasoning of Zhongli chilies and finished with frog legs.
Surely there's no way this can possibly taste good. Xiao downed it in a single gulp. Oh, great. If the Conqueror of Demons drank it, it'd be rude of me to refuse.
Oh, are we gonna get to see Yang Chongyun?
Chongyun drank his too. Is he gonna be okay?
This drink is...
Delicious!
Look
It
at
does
this
have a touch of
face!
Genshin chili, but it isn't at all overpowering. It's completely different from Xiangling's cooking or those drinks Xingqiu makes to mess with me.
I love that he's aware of it. But also, look at this face! I love that for him.
It's crisp and refreshing, with just a hint of numbness, and the Zhongli chili flavor combines with the smooth but not slimy texture of the frog legs to form a heavenly mixture. And oh, the slimes! Can we talk about the slimes? Before this, I never knew that they had such a pure and herby taste, like fresh grass after the rain. The power and purity of nature distilled into a cup. Amazing! Simply unbelievable!
That's right. Slimes are absolutely sublime. Oh, I failed again. But wait, what's gotten into Chongyun? He's been so quiet up until now.
This is his yang base, or the persona, like when his energy gets disrupted and he turns into a chatterbox. It's great.
I'm great, and I gotta try another. Diona, if you please, one more.
At your instruction, Dinah starts showing what the ice cold drink.
Okay. I think I've calmed down a bit. I'm sorry. I can't believe I let you all see me like that.
It's fine. My fault for not checking your spice tolerance first. Oh, looks like this pure yang spirit isn't such a great thing to have after all.
Actually, before I drank it, I very much doubted what you said about your drinks.
Who'd have thought it? Diona and Chongyun are actually kind of similar.
They're both cryo characters, too.
Xiao? What's wrong?
Look over there.
Over where?
You mean the leaf?
Something's written on it.
What? You can see that from over here? Oh yeah, or it'll get swept away!
I agree with Paimon. You can see that from here. Alright, leaf, 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 leaf. Give me the leaf.
There's a poem written on it. The Conqueror of Demons has truly amazing vision.
Let Paimon see!
Okay, the sky that night blossomed with flowers, the stars that night hummed like bees in search of nectar of dreams, and we that night were as new as the dew, under the moonlight flowing like silk and honey, our words sweet as we sat by the spring, but I turned and left you alone, the poem in my heart left unspoken, and since then, the stars do not twinkle, the moon is ice cold, I hide them neath the water, but your tears fall and find them.
It sounds like the author is writing about the first time they met their true love.
Although the following lines suggest that they didn't end up together.
Gotta turn on some heat. I'm getting a little cold in here.
Why write a poem on a fallen leaf? The flowing waters are ruthless. They carry the leaves away with the current. This poem would likely have vanished into the void had we not found it. It makes no sense to me.
That's probably the point, like it can wash away their feelings too.
That's true. I've heard Xingqiu say something similar before. When there's things that you're unable to say, or just never had the chance to say before it was too late, if it can be put on paper, it can be expressed as poetry.
Is it kind of like wishing at a fountain? I used to do that sometimes when I was little. So, that means that our mystery poet was probably hoping that someone would read it, right? You think? Then, should we write a poem in reply?
But we don't know who wrote it. How can we reply?
Why not go upstream?
Upstream? Why?
The ink looks fresh. It can't have been written too long ago. This withered leaf floated down with the current. If we travel further upstream and drop a leaf into the same waters, it should be carried down past the original writer.
Cool! Aw, this is so romantic! Communicating with a mystery person using poems on fallen leaves! But how do we make sure that they'll receive it?
We can write extra copies and drop the leaves in different places. As they say, where there's a will, there's a way. Surely at least one of our leaves will find a path.
Either way, it's our only option.
Then let's make like a tree and head upstream!
What? I thought she was gonna say, let's make like a tree and leave, but... Oh, it's like far upstream. Okay. I thought it was just like walking distance, but it's all the way up here. Man, we've already been doing this for 30 minutes. Oh! Oh gosh. Where's my character? Oh. Man, that Boros, like, it's gonna take us out.
Upstream, upstream, up we go! Oh, did you think of what to write yet?
Amidst the dark, fireflies aglow, pebbles unmoved by the stream's flow. If words yet remain and love holds to the last, against the world can the small stand fast. In honey moonlight may you once more bask.
Ooh, great! Now give it here, and Paimon will toss it into the water!
It feels like the couplet kind of thing. That, like, we're doing the follow-up.
Things you never had the chance to say before it was too late. When silence is the final word, we mourn the loss of things unheard.
Oh, our poor boy.
I have little talent for, nor knowledge of poetry.
The leaf's in the water! Look, it's like a little boat! Merrily, merrily down the stream, life is but a dream.
Kind of expect a fish to come up and eat it. But yeah, no, some of the best poetry comes from people that have no poetry training because it's purely like from their heart and not trying to follow any form. So I don't think that Xiao needs any formal training to be able to write poetry.
We should probably pick up the pace. We still have a few more leaves to set afloat, and we need to get back before it gets dark.
Okay, let's go! Uh-huh.
Don't mind us, just having our little date off to the side.
What's this? You two having a private chat?
Yes. You're
No,
interrupting.
It's nothing. I just hope this isn't all in vain.
Also, I was seeing that bamboo in the background the entire time, and I'm like, I want that bamboo shoot. Some time ago, in a team far, far away.
The scenery here is quite beautiful. Let's pause here to seek some inspiration.
Should we set up camp? Oh, please wait a moment. I'll pitch the tent.
Oh, Noelle, my dear. Also, I've seen some people talking about, like, how they kind of miss that there's not anyone with heavy armor. And I agree that I would love to see some people in heavy armor, kind of like, more similar to what the Knights of Avonius have on. But the closest person that has armor of, like, the more natural, like, European armor variety would be Noelle. Like, she has the shoulder plate, and then kind of a breastplate underneath the boob cups, and then she's got this hip piece here and the arm guards.
It's an inspiration walk. There's no need for all that.
Okay, well, I'll conduct reconnaissance nearby to ensure this area is safe, and see if I can't scavenge any firewood or food while I'm at it.
I don't know if Xingqiu is even gonna have the heart to tease these two. They're so pure. I love this setup. I love this team composition as well.
Wait, reconnaissance?
It means survey the environment and plan our route forward. It's the foundation of all operations while out in the wild.
Are all inspiration walks in Mondstadt this complicated? You're acting like this is completely normal. Am I the weirdo here?
No, you just got the two most, like, the two most, like, adorable people from Mondstadt. Also, does this not look like Farina's hood? Farina, that's her name? The Harbinger that has the wings on her head? Because she has, like, this kind of mask style thing on her outfit, and then she has the wings on her head. And I feel like if he pulled this hood over his face, that would go over his eyes like hers, and then these would act like wings on his head. That's an interesting thing. I wonder if that'll come up. Like the team that's been away all this time has been working with the Fatui.
In that case, I'll conduct reconnaissance with Mika.
Or that Mika is one of the children from the orphanage that Arcelio? Cannot say her name. I haven't met her yet. Her, him, them. I've heard her be called father, but I don't know the preferred gender of the character.
Huh? Oh, okay then. Crumbs. Now I have to try and make small talk. Should I mention the scenery? The weather?
Very well. Then leave the camp to me.
So, Singcho, do you, go on inspiration walks often, or
I do. I always get bored when I'm cooped up at home, so I head out for a stroll. Life gets busy. You have to steal a moment of leisure when you can.
Cool. Oh, over there, firewood.
Alright, now that he's done talking.
Have fun, you two. I'll have the tent set up soon.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what she would say. Alright. Let's see. Around and upwards. I have both of these characters, but neither of them are built, so might be why they're both trials characters. Firewood? Of course it's with the, with these guys.
Final warning.
Trying to pick up this firewood. Ooh. I kind of forgot that Miko was like a spear and polearm user.
Leave the wounded to me.
Witness the power of Guwa.
Engaging.
Alright, back to camp we go. Maybe.
Body and mind.
Oh. Got some berries, got some firewood.
With this wood and the food I brought along, we can definitely put together a decent lunch.
You've got quite a knack at wilderness survival. I'll give you that.
Thanks. I was on an expedition with the Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius for a while, not too long ago. I was in charge of surveying and mapping.
Oh? You sound like a character from an adventure novel. Charging across the world, sword in hand.
What? No, I'm nowhere near as amazing as all that. If I really run into a powerful enemy, I always leave it for someone stronger to deal with.
You're too modest, Mika. A hero is measured not by the blood on his sword, but by what's in his heart.
Also, there's this thing called delegation of resources, where if your job is usually mapping and reconnaissance, you're not gonna be able to take on a super, like, powerful enemy because that's not your skill set. Oh my gosh, why am I yawning?
As long as a righteous heart that yearns to aid others beats within your chest, no matter where you go, or what you have achieved, you may be called a hero.
That all sounded pretty profound. Well, I've never even thought about any of that before.
Hello? Are you okay? Maybe we should return, lest Noelle be forced to wait on us.
Oh, sure.
Can we go back to Chongyun and Diona? Their team was entertaining. This team is more like philosophical, but I'm pretty sure we're probably— oh my gosh, that is a full-on like glamping tent she has set up. Oh my. Love that for her and her pocket dimension. Oh my gosh. Yawn, yawn, yawn. Love that for her and the pocket dimension she must have.
Did everything go smoothly? Do you need a cloth to wipe the sweat from your brow?
No need, thanks. All clear. There's no danger in the vicinity.
The team lights a fire and starts preparing lunch. Before long, a delicious meal is ready.
Noelle, your cooking is amazing. Every single dish is so tasty.
Truly astounding. I never imagined it was possible to enjoy such a satisfying meal in the great outdoors.
Really? Then what do you usually eat when you're out on an inspiration walk?
Oh, well, since I usually sneak out from home, I just grab some dried snacks to take with me. Add in whatever fruit I pick along the way, and that's my lunch.
By sneaking out, you mean running away from home?
Yes, he is the noble young master.
That's right. Or sometimes I'll tell a cover story like, I'm going out to take care of business.
But if you get caught, won't you get disciplined?
Yes, he will.
So, just don't get caught.
Huh. Anyway, did anything interesting come up while you were out scouting?
Well, Xingqiu and I talked about what it means to be a hero. Now that I think about it,
Oh,
by Xingqiu's definition, you should be considered a hero too, Noelle.
Huh? Me?
You're always happy to help everyone in the Knights of Favonius. Not only that, but whenever we're out training, you help out the citizens of Mondstadt. Oh, remember that time when a giant boulder was blocking the road? You cut it in two with a single blow.
Oh? Sounds like she has both a heroic spirit and incredible martial prowess.
Don't. Oh, please don't praise me like that. We should talk about what we came here to do. Finding inspiration.
Miss Hu Tao said something about pocketing our poetic thoughts. But so far all we've done is gather some firewood and cook lunch. I have no idea what to write.
You can write about anything. Looking at Cor Lapis, one can't help but wonder if one's own heart is as bright and clear as jade. Observing silk, so bright and beautiful, one pauses to consider whether it ever feels the sadness and sorrow that humans do.
So we have to connect our internal world with the external one?
Exactly. But that's just one of many possible methods. Perhaps you might gaze out at the bridge in the distance and see a woman leaning on the railing, looking as if her heart is laden by sorrows that even the rushing waters below cannot wash away.
Huh? Wait! I saw her at the gala yesterday. She wrote one of the riddles we answered. Why don't we go say hi?
this is a much more involved event than I thought it would be, like, story-wise. We've been at this almost 45 minutes.
Hello, ma'am. How fortuitous it is that we meet again.
Hello. Are you here on your inspiration walk too?
Yes. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I am Xingqiu, and this is Noelle and Mika.
Thank you for accepting our answer to your riddle yesterday.
Oh, don't mention it. It's all in good fun. I'm Kelly Roe.
So, Miss Caliroe, are you from Fontaine?
That's right. I was traveling in the area and just happened to see there was a poetry event being held at Stone Gate. It looked fun, so I thought I'd drop in.
Your riddle yesterday made quite an impression on me. It was uniquely evocative. Have you studied Liyue poetry before?
Oh,
I haven't, actually. I've just picked up a few things here and there from chatting with people throughout my travels.
Amazing. So you're a natural poet.
We noticed you standing on the bridge from quite some distance away. Are you drawing poetic inspiration from the flowing current beneath your feet?
I haven't finished my poem yet. The water here was just so peaceful and calming. I stopped for a moment and lost myself in admiring it.
Oh my gosh, I get
Since we're all
distracted by
here,
seeing the
why not
materials.
head back with us to the venue for tonight's festivities? It's getting late after all. Huh? Are you sure? We can walk and talk. Perhaps the mingling of ideas will give rise to new inspiration.
Well, I'd personally like to hear Miss Callie Rowe's couplet. I'm sure I can learn something. Well, if you're all in agreement, I've got no reason not to join you.
The group walk back to the venue, laughing and joking as they go.
Woohoo! The first team is back, right on schedule.
Huh? The others have yet to return?
Come on, let's hurry!
We're not too late, are we?
Just how far did you all go?
Everyone catch your breath. Come on, deep breaths. 1, 2. Now, don't panic. The party hasn't started yet.
We made it! Oh, Paimon's exhausted.
Since when do you get tired from flying?
Paimon gets tired if she has to fly too fast. Oh, not to mention dropping all those leaves. Paimon's hands are cramping up. Sounds like someone needs to exercise more. Huh? You guys picked up a new teammate while you were out?
Indeed. This is Callie Rowe. I believe you'll remember her from yesterday, though you weren't introduced.
Hi, everyone. Hello, but you're not the only ones who's called in reinforcements. Look who we got!
Will Xiao even be here?
Wait. Xiao? Where'd he go? Xiao, come on out!
My man's like, nope.
Now that we've all regrouped, let's... Scratch that. Looks like we're still waiting on my co-host.
They say roosters crow at first light, and finches go to bed at night. But Director Hu Tao's always on the ball. Anytime, anywhere, she'll answer your call.
Are the theatrics really necessary? We're already on day 2 of the festival. The opening ceremony is over.
But my dear, dear Paimon, it seems you are not yet aware. That was not for my own sake, but for a special guest who's joining us today.
Oh.
Director Whose manner is as exuberant as ever. It always makes quite an impression.
My man! I knew, the minute this poetry contest started, I was like, my guy, this should be right in the middle of this. He would love this. And then he wasn't here, and I was like, aw, but now he is. We just gotta get Kazuo, because Kazuo would also love this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. He's here. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine, everyone. I'm gonna stop now.
Oh boy! Now this is a surprise.
Mr. Zhongli, I hope you are well.
Xingqiu, what can you tell me about Mr. Zhongli? He seems like somebody very important.
Yes, he's held in very high regard in Liyue Harbor. He's extremely erudite in many different domains of knowledge.
Allow me to introduce you all to Zhongli, a consultant at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. His expertise is limitless, stretching from the celestial orbs to the terrestrial ores, spanning modern and ancient culture, delving into literature both prosaic and poetic. He may be my subordinate, but he is certainly a qualified poetry expert, and so we have invited him here tonight to judge the compositions.
The director exaggerates. I am but vaguely acquainted with a few lines of classical poetry. Should you consider me to be remiss in my appraisal of your own compositions, please correct me.
Ah, yeah, enough with the modesty already. If I didn't know better, I'd say you seemed nervous. Just focus on judging.
Please rest assured that I shall rise to the occasion, Director.
I'm sorry, I have an unhealthy adoration for this man. I have him as a plushie. I have his voice actor's signature on a poster. I've got quite a few posters myself. Oh my gosh. I get his constellation every time he rolls around. I love him. And also the rise is such a stupid thing to his, like, attack move. I love him.
Let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great! Equal numbers on both sides.
Huh? Are you counting me too?
Join us.
Okay, fine. But consider this a favor.
Obviously.
With our Fontaine friend present, perhaps we should rename this event to the Three Nations Congenial Poetry Gala. Also, I'm just noticing that Paimon should only count as a half teammate at most. That kind of puts Team Traveler at a bit of a disadvantage. Well, how about this? I'll join in as well. Director Hutao, here to help out in your hour of greatest need. What does everyone think?
That is both the funniest insult you've come up with in a while and also not allowed. We should make Xiao teleport in. Also, when did we become Team Traveler again? It's Team Chongyun.
Naturally, the more the merrier. Being the host of the festival shouldn't stop you from having the chance to enjoy it like the rest of us.
Then it's settled. Everyone else in the audience, feel free to join in too and support your favorite team.
Does that mean it's gonna be the two Archons judging?
What about me? Shall I keep track of the score?
No need for that. The teams are just a formality. We're all friends here, and this isn't intended to be competitive. But what do you think, Judge Zhongli?
I concur, Director. Moreover, it would be disingenuous to impose upon our friends from Mondstadt and Fontaine a competition in which they are judged on how rigorously they can adhere to Liyue poetic conventions. Since this is a congenial poetry gala, should we not begin with inspiration and finish with friendly conversation? The aim being for all participants to enjoy themselves.
My man is rhyming too. No, Zhongli, I can't.
That's a relief. I was so nervous about this, but it sounds like it's gonna be pretty relaxed.
Couldn't have asked for a better judge. Zhongli said everything I was supposed to say, only far more eloquently. So, without further ado, I shall pass the baton to Venti.
No problem. Friends old and new, put on your thinking caps and take a deep breath of fresh air. The second stage of our poetry gala will now commence. Matching couplets.
Perhaps I could break the ice with a humble contribution to inspire others to share their brilliance. Please listen to the first line in the couplet. Lounging in luxury inside a Shinue kiosk booth, delighting in countless contemporary tastes.
That's a little hard to follow up with Singsho if you're not from Liyue. But also, Singsho just gives, like, kid who was always raising their hand in school to, like, answer the teacher's question and reminding the teacher about the homework and stuff. That's the vibes we get from Singsho.
What? He managed to think of one already? Oh, he seems like a real expert at this.
Shinue Kiosk. Should that be paired with Lily Pavilion? Or are they too similar for a couplet? Oh, this is pretty difficult.
Shinue Kiosk. Contemporary tastes? I guess I should pair the modernity of their VIP dining experience with an emblem of the past. Ah! Maybe where I was training that one time. That was quite ancient. The weather was terrible that day. Okay, I got something.
Have at it, boo.
Surrounded by history, outside a Tianheng Pass pavilion, as lightning sets the boundless tenebrous skies ablaze.
Wow! Chongyun completed the couplet!
Xinyue Kiosk is a renowned modern restaurant, while the mountain pass of Tianheng is a prominent historical landmark. These two iconic locations form a complementary pair. The imagery also contrasts rather well between the two halves of the couplet. One half describing a leisurely and comfortable indoor scene, the other portraying a hazardous outdoor scenario where there is no protection from the elements.
Huh? I was just describing what I experienced that day. I guess I just got lucky. Alright then. I guess I'll start the next couplet. Mind pines for Mingyun, flesh confined to Qingse, spirit striding high on Zhiyun's clouds.
Oh, Chongyun, you dark horse. Looks like you came to play today.
This conjures the image of one with lofty aspirations, whose life is limited to a small town, but who awaits the opportunity to one day ascend above the clouds. The use of various locations for their symbolism is quite novel indeed.
I thought he was just describing a spirit. I guess I'm not like, I'm not fancy enough for this competition, apparently. Though I've always been bad with symbolism, personally.
Oh! Soul shines like jade stone, dressed in finest silkware. Lucent heart still beats within me now.
Wow, how did Noelle do that?
A superb line. It employs the metaphor of precious stone to describe one of noble and moral character, with a pure and clear heart. The symbolism in this case is centered around objects, truly the work of a skilled poet.
That was a commendable couplet.
All thanks to your guidance while we were out on our inspiration walk.
I'd like to start the next couplet. Up into the misty karst, down among the grassy marsh, all for lotus seed and bird egg soup.
Lotus seed and bird egg soup?
What is it, Diona? Did you think of a second line for the couplet?
No. Everyone's poems are so complicated. I need more time just to understand them. But when I heard lotus seed and bird egg soup, it made me think of berry and mint burst. Maybe because I mixed a similar drink recently.
North beyond the Starfell Lake, south across the windswept plains, just for berries squeezed and mint infused.
No wonder everyone praises the traveler so highly. You answered so quickly.
Oh my gosh, we very rarely get to hear the Traveler's voice. Oh my gosh, I love that, I love that. Ugh. Traveler and the Trailblazer, I simp so hard for their voice actors, but we don't get to hear the Traveler very often, so I'm very pleased. What a great boon to this event.
Both halves of this couplet require intimate knowledge of the terrain in question and the local plants that may be found there. The two of you are clearly both seasoned travelers.
Does this mean I helped? Yowza!
Hey now, Zhongli. Don't just praise everything you hear. You should question and press them a bit. Don't worry about upsetting anyone. After all, I'm here to take the heat. Then allow me to try another. Qingxin has no heart. Still, it soothes the human heart.
Is she talking about the medicinal effects of Qingxin? This is a hard one to match.
The Qing part of Qingxing means heart, but oh, I lost it. Didn't read it fast enough.
Sweet dream is no dream, yet it nurtures people's dreams.
Sweet dream. Does that really match?
Since the suitability of the match has been queried, I shall act according to the director's wishes and ask you, what is the link between Sweet Dream and Qingxin?
Oh, you mean eating a delicious dessert before bed will make you sleep well, right? You're
Actually, we sleep peacefully at night because Xiao is there to protect everyone. Ah, we pull it out for our boyfriend. Canonical. Canon. 100%.
Then I agree. The two halves of the couplet match. This point is well deserved.
Ah, my boy. My boy is really just over here like, I get to embarrass my son while his boyfriend's flirting with him using, poetry couplets.
Points for me, points for thee. This judge gives out points for free. But if you ask me, everyone's being a little too conventional so far. Let's push the envelope a little. Go nuts!
Oh? In that case, why don't you finish this one for me, Hu Tao? Round moon in the heavens, full moon at night. Celebrate with circle of friends.
Ooh, square meals in the basement. Big bowls of rice. Decorate with cuboids of meat.
What does that have anything to do with this?
Ah, we have ourselves a pedant's couplet. The two halves have no thematic connection, yet each word has its perfect parallel, meaning the two halves do form a cohesive whole. The strict pairings make this no easier to achieve than a thematically coherent couplet.
Blah, 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 blah. So verbose. Zhongli, just tell me if I got a point or not.
Of course you did. I presumed it went without saying.
Through Chongji, I walked 100 miles. At Guili, I ended my march. In Dihua, the silver grass grows in two styles, but horsetails don't trot out the marsh.
Okay, that was actually funny, where she was like, blah, 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 blah. Zhongli, shut the frick up and tell me if I get the point or not. I'm sorry, I'm basking in the fact that my man's here. You're gonna get very little out of me.
From vendors, I bought some 15 steaks. At dinner, I sizzled the lots. At pressure, the tenderloin cooks in 2 ticks, but 15 won't fit in the pots.
Huh?
Again, I get none of what she's saying.
That's a pedant's couplet. I don't think she can do that too. I thought of one. Wolf hooks can't hook Baron Bunny.
Oof.
Aw, that's a cute couplet.
Sweet flowers can't outsweet Sister Barbara.
Oh! We got some of the Barbara team here.
Now, that's the passion we like to see. Although, unfortunately, your response was technically 1 word too long.
Venti, no!
In that case, Whopper flowers can't whop Jumpy Dumpty.
Oh, this monster's got talents.
I'm so relieved I at least managed to get one.
Oh my gosh. Mika is just representing all of the introverts today.
Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of Clear Springs. Wow, Noelle came up with another one! Come on, match the couplet. Paimon knows you can do it. Do you really think Paimon has what it takes? Fine, Paimon will give it a whirl. Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of Clear Springs. Seething in the pouring rain, sword of pain swipes at my foe, beating up the eye of the storm. What? Really?
Yes, very good. The image of challenging powerful foes in the harshest of conditions seemed to manifest before my eyes, and it was perfectly juxtaposed against the atmosphere of leisurely reading with a cup of freshly brewed tea.
Really? Maybe Paimon has a knack for this after all.
It appears that my services as a judge are no longer needed.
I would let you judge me, sir. As the hosts declare the day's events over, the crowd reluctantly disperses.
Paimon's so happy! Paimon managed to match a bunch of couplets at the end. You did hear them all, right?
Of course, Paimon.
I really enjoyed myself too. I never knew Liyue's couplet poetry was so much fun.
You were amazing today, Noelle. You did so many couplets. Paimon especially liked your one about reading Heart of Clear Springs. Paimon never could have thought of that.
Oh, what's up?
Miss Kelly Roy, are you okay? You look like you're getting tired.
Don't worry, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Although, I do have a question I'd like to ask. Have all of you read Heart of Clear Springs?
Nope.
I haven't actually read it.
My dad told me the story once. It's about a spring fairy and a young boy.
Oh yes, the story of a spring fairy who left her homeland and met a boy under the moonlight in a faraway land. The boy poured out his heart to her, and she listened to his stories. Over time, the boy grew up and began to develop feelings for the spring fairy. But the spring fairy didn't understand human love and was afraid that making a promise to him would ultimately end in tragedy. And so, I don't know if Diona's father mentioned the part about the kiss to her.
In the end, the spring fairy left the boy and was never heard from again.
Ah, yes, that's it. Many years went by, and the boy became an old man. But he never stopped believing that the fairy was real, and not just a dream.
Sounds like a tragic tale.
So, what do you guys think of the spring fairy in the story?
I'm sure she made her decision with the best of intentions, but the boy couldn't hope to understand why she left. It's a shame that the misunderstanding never got cleared up.
And this links to the leaf we got. The leaf must be written by the boy? I mean, technically it could also be her, because I'm assuming that she's the spring fairy in this case.
Well, do you think she should go back and see that boy again, if she ever had another chance?
Now? But isn't he an old man by the end of the story?
Isn't it a bit late? What if it just led to more regrets? Oh, sorry. Maybe I'm being too pessimistic.
If Paimon was that boy... Actually, Paimon would definitely want to see the spring fairy again, no matter how old Paimon got. After all, she's the love of his life, right?
I see.
And it would also clear up, like, any regrets. Like, you might create new regrets of, like, oh, why couldn't we have done this before? But it would it would clear up the misunderstanding and be able to move on, with no, like, oh my gosh, what if I had just found her or something else? So I'd say yeah.
Looks like the party's still going strong over here. Are you coming up with more couplets? Need my help?
Stick to hosting, Tone Deaf Bard. If you get involved, you'll only match every couplet yourself and not leave any for the rest of us.
I never knew you had such a high opinion of my abilities, Paimon. But the couplet games are all over now. Tomorrow's theme is freestyle poetry.
Do we have to share our own poems with everyone?
That's right. If you're not feeling confident, don't worry. It's never too late to register for Venti's Poetry Cram class.
I'll sign up.
Oh, me too.
Hold on there, Buster. Before you start peddling your classes, just how much freedom is there with this freestyle poetry exactly? Aren't there any requirements at all?
It's as free as the winds that blow, and there's nothing freer. There are no limits to genre, form, content, or anything else. So long as it comes from the heart, you're welcome to put it into poetry. Give it a try. There's no better chance to express your innermost thoughts.
Man, sometimes Venti's eyes freak me out.
Freedom. Paimon can't decide which way to go. Our travels, or maybe all the food that the travelers cooked for Paimon. Will you come too, Kelly Roy? Paimon wants to see what you write.
Oh, yes. I'll be there.
Ugh, my nose is starting to itch again.
Alright, I shall leave you to privately ponder your poems and bid you all good night. See you tomorrow.
Ah, so Venti is allergic to Diona. I had wondered. And then also, I wonder if she is the entity then that Chongyun saw, because if she's the spirit, the water fairy, right? And so she would have been like her aura have been off, or potentially if the old man has actually already passed away, he might not be an evil spirit, but he might be like a benevolent one who's just still waiting for her to return or something like that. I was delighted that Zhongli showed up. The best. Oh, wow. Okay, no need to do commissions today, I guess. So I was hoping to get both of these done today, but I did not expect that one of these would take an entire hour to do. So I guess then next time we meet, which I might be able to pull off a stream on Tuesday, we'll have to see. But I guess since there's still at least another 7 days of this event left, that I will be able to do this minimum next Sunday, and we'll finish up this event. And we'll see where the story takes us. It looks like it's all starting to come together a little bit. Like the spirit that Chongyun saw is either her or it's the older man. And then the person who dropped off the leaf might be her, because she was found on the bridge, right? And the story is about her, right? Her and this older gentleman, who was a young boy at the time, and their love story, even though they're like two different species. So it's all starting to come together. I was wondering. So, get up here where he was. Alright, so thank you all so much for attending. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I hope that the rest of your week is wonderful as well. And so, goodbye everybody!